Standing 10 toes in it.
She said no.
Me? Block?
No.
Nah.
Never.
I would never do that.
Maybe it's your phone service.
I would never do that. Blocks?
Here, let me show you.
Hold on, real quick. What's your number? Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
Hey, today Arlette dropped the Jason and Candi virtual catch up. Let's do it. Hey, but I got something to say. Some of y'all people, y'all come to this channel and the first comment y'all say is you trying to throw some shade at us. I'm gonna give you this fair warning. Some of y'all are throwing stones that y'all are not qualified to throw the stones, bruh. Some of y'all, let that statement be what it is. Some of y'all throwing stones that y'all living in the same glass house and y'all throwing the mugs. And it's like, bro, we could be petty, we could go there. And some of y'all saying a little bit, y'all talk like y'all really safe. Bro, I'ma just say this. One person, you chatting. We found all your information in 3 seconds, bruh. Like, do with that what you will. But like, y'all be too comfortable on this internet talking crazy to people. Like, it's easy to find y'all, bro. Chill out. All right, let's keep it. Bro, this channel is here for Christian content. We're here to react. We're here to have fun, bro. You bring that negative energy over here, bro. Bro, please. I don't know why y'all be thinking Christian mean that y'all can say anything y'all want to say to us, bro. Like, I don't understand that. And then some of y'all have the audacity to be trying to throw this shade and disrespect us and think you can put respectfully in it. But then I'll click on all your information and the main thing y'all talking about is, I want to treat people how God would treat people. And I want to be like, you know, I just love God and I want to show. But then you come in here and the first comment and you insult us. Hey, hell is hot, bro. Start repenting, bro. I'm gonna just say that. Hell is hot. All right, let's do it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, support channels that support you with the content that they bring out to you. Arlette been giving good content.
You know what's gonna happen? I feel like I just got scolded by kites. I didn't even do nothing.
Do better.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here today with Jason and Candi. Welcome guys. How are we feeling?
Doing all right. Thank you, Arlette.
All right. Good to have you guys back. We had you on episode 30 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love where you guys ended up matching.
Okay.
Alex, we gotta go up top.
I don't want to go up top. I'm tired of going upstairs.
Alex, we gotta go up top.
Well, why they gotta be up there?
We gotta go up top. We're upstairs, Alex.
That's too high, bro.
What are you talking about? We don't even use the full camera. What are you talking about?
That's too high, bro.
Be quiet, man.
I can touch the top of the
Pop
screen.
the Balloon or Find Love where you guys ended up matching.
Okay. Awesome.
Right. So Candi?
Yes.
Is it a yes for you for him?
It is. Yes.
We got a match.
I'm not saying that one.
All right, I will take this mic, and you guys can go on up. All right, so, you know, the comments were, you know, going crazy, talking about you guys. They were like, man, this was the longest segment of Pop the Balloon or Find Love.
She was grilling me up there, wasn't she?
Candi came with the questions that were going to be, you know, no short answers. She said, I want to hear everything. So, Candi.
Yeah, that was the one where he was like, he gives politician type answers. He was giving like them long-winded.
Oh.
But the thing is, I don't know why people took that as an insult. Us saying he gives politician answers is just like, politicians, they get up and they say a lot they say a lot of everything to answer something very simple, but they make it sound really appealing or like them talking about how the sky is blue. They'll give you a whole speech about the economy and everything just to say, and I love the color blue. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
How did you prepare for this? How did you come up with these questions? Walk us through it.
Shout out to him.
So honestly, I was just intentional about my time on the show. I know what it is I'm looking for, what I'm seeking in a man. And so I wanted to definitely use that time wisely, especially with that being my second time on the show. So yeah, I had my questions prepared. And yeah, I knew what I was looking for.
Okay. And then, it didn't help that Jason also doesn't have short responses for anything.
Arlette, don't be jumping in with the rest of the comments, okay? I read them. I know. You can get yes or no today.
My hands is up. My hands is up.
See, you touching the screen.
Be quiet, you. Just because you want to be down there.
Outside the safe zone.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad that you came with the good questions though, because we always tell everyone, come prepared, have your questions ready, because you do want to hear from these people that could be your possible match, whatever it is. So it's always good to, one, speak well and have your long-winded responses and also have like really good questions prepared. Was there anything that was shocking to you guys, like from the experience or, from what you've seen, what you've heard, whatever, since the show has aired? Jason, we can hear from you first.
I wouldn't say shocking. I was nervous. I had a lot of anxiety leading up to the air date because I didn't know how it was going to be received and what the perception of people watching this would be. I've never had, that many eyeballs on me at one time, even though I've spoken, at conferences and so forth in front of hundreds of people, been in front of federal judges, federal courts of appeal. Okay. And out of all of that, this was maybe one of the most nerve-wracking. And now I'm consciously thinking, am I talking too much? So now.
Hey, bro, I feel you. That's just doing anything on the internet, bro. Prime example, I just had to get that whole rant in the first 2 minutes. And guess what? It was just some internet random who got nothing better to do but just be ignorant to people. It's really crazy, bro.
Now they're in my head.
But it's part of your job. Like, you do have to do a lot of talking, and you're very well spoken. So it's not a bad thing. Honestly, it's not a bad thing. Don't overthink it.
I very much appreciate that. I have a need to feel understood, and so I think that's why I do it. And plus, we live in the TikTok age where everybody's used to things in 2-minute sound bites, and if you go beyond 2 minutes, then you're talking too much. So I understand it's a generational thing as well.
Right, we're in the TikTok era. Okay.
That's right.
Now, Candi, you were getting kind of a lot of backlash for one of the comments you made about one of the gentleman's professions. Did you want to get into that?
Um,
I guess elaborate a little bit more as to what you meant when you made your statement.
Sure. Yeah. Obviously, who I have depicted myself to be on the show is exactly who I am. I'm very genuine. I am not a judgmental person. Like everybody, we have preferences. And for those who saw the first time that I was on the show, I was very specific and intentional about what it is I desire for my man career-wise. And so at any point, not at any point, actually, I wasn't judging Don for his profession. I've spoken to him. We're cool. We're good. I guess what I wanted to share, or maybe clear up for the people, is that it wasn't his profession per se, but I am an ambitious woman myself. So I seek someone who is ambitious as well as far as their career. So there's not a problem with being a mailman, but just wondering, is there anything else you want to do to step up from that? Do you want to manage the postal office, or do you want to be some type of supervisor or director, that kind of thing? So I was just seeking to understand and connect with ambition in regards to that. But obviously, being a postal service or mailman, there's nothing wrong with that. Blue collar positions, there's nothing wrong with that as well. So it's all just a preference.
It's a government job. Huh?
I don't know.
My granny was a mailman and she retired really, really young. And she just travels the world. She don't do nothing now.
It's because people, like, sometimes you don't got to strive to be the boss of everything. There's going to be some people, there has to be some Indians to make the tribe work. Everybody can't be a chief. But just because you're not the chief don't mean that you're not making some of the benefits that the chief is making.
Yeah.
Because some mailmen, they eating lavish, boy.
Okay. All right, good. Well, let's go ahead and dive right into the juicy topic at hand that everyone is here just dying and waiting to know. Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Candi, you want to take it?
We've hung out a few times.
Woo! That's it. That's all you had to say. The suspense
There we go.
is not working.
Yeah, man. Okay, man.
Dang.
Let's do it, man.
Look at this pose. Look at the pose. Look at the
Hey, also, y'all gotta remember, after they get the match, whatever happens between them is not Arlette and BM's fault. Some dude made a video talking about, like, oh, pop the balloon, expose all that, and then you were blaming them for this. Like, this is just after they get the match, whatever happens after that point, that's not on Arlette and BM.
That's up to the new
couple. The new couple, bro.
Oh, okay. All right, walk me through the first date. When was it? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I was trying to make the first date right after the episode ended, and I knew Candi had a flight back to Charlotte, and I was doing everything in my power to get that flight moved. Let me tell you,
Candi, why would you book your flight right after the show?
Thank you.
I had something to do. It was already planned. It wasn't on me.
Okay. So obviously it didn't happen right after the show. So when was the first date?
So I actually have some cases in North Carolina, and those are actually my next cases that are coming up for trial. And so I actually had already on my schedule to go to Asheville and Hendersonville for some depositions that I was taking the next week. So I told Candi about this, and I said, you know what? I'm going through North Carolina. Why don't we meet up in Charlotte and take you out and do a date? So we did it the week following the show. Okay. And in that interim, we were talking every day. Communication was great. In constant communication throughout the day.
Hey man, that's great. Because if there's a way for you to get this date off, there's gonna be a way. There's a lot of people that be coming on this show making excuses. Mm-hmm. There's gonna be a way. Homeboy was a trucker, drove all the way across the country just to get that date. Like we know, hey, but at the end of the day, you got to give him the credit where credit is due. He did it.
Yeah.
Some of y'all, I can't do 30 minutes. That's long distance. All right, bro. Don't date, bro.
Ended up going in Charlotte. We went to a museum and then out to dinner.
Okay, nice. How was that first date for you, Candi?
I feel it went well. One of the questions that Jason asked me on the show is if I was high maintenance, and hopefully the first date showed that I wasn't. Like he mentioned, we went to a museum, got some food, got a drink, super simple, but we talked for a very long time and got to know each other a little bit better. So I would say it went well.
Okay. So now after that, how was everything? How long were you in North Carolina? Did you guys hang out again while you were out there? Did you have to fly back? Like, what was the next steps after that?
I was there for a couple of days. We only hung out that day. And then I was actually supposed to be back 2 weeks following that. So I think we had, tentative plans to see each other again when I was coming back. Okay. And then again, we were talking every single day throughout the day until the next time that we could see each other. I ended up, I think one of the cases settled, and so I didn't have to go to North Carolina. And because we had sort of established a nice rapport at this time, I said, well, why don't I fly you out here, put you up in a hotel, and we'll hang out for a weekend and have a good time. And that's exactly what we did.
Give credit where credit's due, man. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, put in work, man. That's how it is. Hey, you got to put in the work.
Okay. And where are you again right now? You're in Virginia?
Virginia, yeah.
Virginia.
Oh,
okay,
okay. They're
okay.
not
So,
too
Candi,
far.
he flew you out to Virginia?
He did.
Okay. How was that? Tell me about it.
It was interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting good, interesting bad. What does that mean?
I feel like we got to know a little bit more about one another. But ultimately, I do feel like we had a good time.
Nah.
All
bro.
right.
Candi, you.
Stop tap dancing with your answers, bro. I hate
your
when
face is telling it all.
I can't stand when people do that. How was dinner?
Well,
it was good.
Biscuits was kind of dry, but they were still good.
Yeah, it's like, bro, if it was good or bad, bro. Talk about it.
So how long were you out there?
For the weekend.
The weekend. Okay. So no, quick little weekend trip. Okay. All right. Jason, what'd you guys plan? How'd it go out there?
I thought we had an excellent time, and I was hoping to. I was trying to bring my A game for that weekend. So I'm not gonna. So I planned. We went to dinners, lunches, museums. Went out to some lounges, and then to a show.
Okay. So you're a planner. Like you planned everything pretty much.
I'm generally not a planner. I try to play. I try to do things a little spontaneously. But I knew because I was bringing her out and stuff, and I knew she appreciated planning at least for this. I wanted her to turn off her brain and just have a good time. And I thought we had a very good time. Candi is just a pleasure to be with, a pleasure to be around. She was great company, and I thought we did get to know each other pretty well during that trip.
Good. Okay. So now after that trip,
I'm noticing,
his energy kind of shifted after that.
I'm noticing that's a lot of like, maybe one person thought they were having a great time and the other one wasn't.
Yeah.
But it do sound like he was trying.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting on her to give us some more input.
Where are you guys now? Today, are we still getting to know each other? Are we still taking trips to see one another? How's that going?
Well, no.
Why? The trip sounded like it went well.
I thought it did, but I got in my head a little bit, I think. And the next day, I probably should have gave it a day or two to think and reflect on it more, because I don't know if I was being totally fair to Candi and in her favor. And given that I'm blocked now, I couldn't exactly.
Oh, he crashed out. Did he crash out?
Jason.
Oh no. I don't know why y'all. Oh please.
We gotta have a trial. Wait, this is trial.
Yeah.
Because
you just did all that gameplay, and you're saying like I should have thought about it and took some more time. What happened, man? Come on, bro. He was cooking.
Communicate that to her, but I thought my expectation was we were talking every day. There's a palpable tension that sort of builds when you're building a rapport with somebody. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was going to manifest itself in something where I could really feel some desire and affection for the things that I was doing. And I thought that I would be able to see that. I thought there would be a lot more connectedness. And what I felt during the trip was that I thought she was trying to create some distance between us. And I'm not accustomed to that, especially when I thought I was acting pretty intentionally, and I thought I was investing in this, and so I thought that she might not be into me, the man. I thought she might be into the value, and
oh my gosh,
brother, y'all just met. You gotta create room and opportunity for y'all to get to that point. You can't just go, head first into it. Y'all just met.
Yeah, bro. Like, just like you made the reference that we're in the thing where people can't handle 2-minute speech, anything longer than 2-minute speeches. Y'all be ready to just be like, Yeah, in
too much, bro.
In like 2 weeks worth of interactions, 3 weeks.
Mm-mm.
Now, I will say this though. If she wasn't showing any gratitude or any type of appreciation or enthusiasm,
that's
different, right? But I hope you weren't expecting like affection and stuff, or her to be like, oh, my man, blah, 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 so early. Like, you got to let people, she doesn't know you, so she has to like,
But I was going to say, because he was saying in the text messages, it seemed like there was like a connection that he was hoping that was going to spark in real life.
Right.
And it didn't happen. So my thing is with that is, sometimes people get little,
stage fright.
Or some people get little, people are real bold in text.
Yes.
So sometimes people can overexert their feelings or emotions towards people. And when they get in real life, it's different. Not saying that was her in this case, but people do that. And somebody like Jason would probably expect you to do the things that you say you were talking about.
Yeah, that comes from the fact that we live in the age where everybody's comfortable speaking their mind freely when they're not in front of it, and the consequences or repercussions or benefits or problems of it can't come back on them. Just like how we was like, I need to keep bringing it up because y'all got me teed up, but a lot of y'all online, y'all don't have profile pictures, y'all don't have any of your information, but then y'all be quick to be online and talking about other people.
Y'all safe behind a burner account, but
and even in your burner account not saving you better get a VPN.
I was concerned about that. In the back of my head was the record playing of the mailman and the security guy, what they did, and is this about my profession or is this about me? And I'm kind of guarded against that. And so I got on the phone with her and said, I wanted to bring parity back to the situation, and I said, why don't we start from a place of friendship, and try to build off that, because I want you to be with somebody that you don't just like the value, you like the person himself. I want you to be head over heels for whoever you're talking to. And I know Candi's got some DMs now, because I said she is this unbelievable combination of pretty, sexy, and cute all at the same time. I don't know how she pulls that off, but she really does. So she knows it. So, but I thought it might be better. Maybe I'm moving ahead too full steam, and maybe I should take a step back, manage my expectations, and start from a place of friendship, and then go forward from there.
That's a good reflection.
Okay,
yeah.
So the trip was great, but you felt like she wasn't all into you as a person.
That essentially, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I'm very big on needing to feel desired. I didn't really feel that. I mean, I get around Candi and I'm like, man, I want to be as close to you as possible at all times as possible. She has that energy that sort of brings you in. And I got lulled into that. Now you see the face, I got lulled into that. And
yeah, you was okay. I get it. It's understandable. Sometimes you want something to be like so good and work so good. You get excited.
Yeah.
But you got to remember that even though she has that aura or that personality, there's a lot of people who have very outgoing, warm, welcoming personalities, but they're also like, they don't want to be, they like their space.
They don't like being confined.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't like being smothered and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Even though ironically their personality draws those type of people in.
Yeah.
And so I was hoping that would be reciprocated to some degree. I've certainly, in my past, I've had things move pretty quickly. If anybody's done online dating knows, you're talking for like a week, and then by the time you meet, it's like, wow, this is, you feel sparks.
Like, and you feel like you already know each other.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I wanted to feel sparks, and I know I felt the sparks, but I didn't know that she was feeling the sparks. So I said, okay, let me cool down here a bit. Why don't we start from a place of friendship and go from there?
Okay. Candi, let's hear from you.
Steady wins the race.
Well, first, I think the planning was amazing. The things that he planned for us to do were definitely spot on with the things that I enjoy and my interests. So I definitely appreciate that. But like you said, I do feel, things were probably moving at our paces were different. For me, I've been in a long-term relationship. I've been hurt before. I am very conscious and aware of things that are important. And for me, if I want to be serious with somebody, I don't move at a pace that's fast. I do believe friendship should come first. Friendship is the foundation. So for me, it was let's build a friendship, let's get to know one another, and then let's see where we can go from there. So I do feel like we probably were different as far as Jason kind of jumping in. I don't feel like I jumped in with him when it comes to that, but that didn't mean that I maybe wouldn't have gotten there eventually. So I do feel like, us establishing let's be friends first was the right direction to go in.
Okay, so yeah, it was like we were saying. It was basically she wanted to take her time, dip her toe in the water real quick, and he judo flipped into the water. Yeah. So
were the intentions laid out for him to like see that? Maybe he didn't see that, or
yeah, I feel like maybe she could have also communicated it, like, hey, I wanna, I like you, blah blah blah. We're cool. I see a potential, but can we move at this pace? But I want to know. She said that she's been hurt before, and it's so sad that so many relationships people do people so wrong that like you're not only are you doing the damage to the person, but you're also affecting that person's ability to just like move on and find their happiness. And I think that's just like that's messed up, man.
I think it is, but I also think that because in anything in life, when you go through something, it's better for you to be able to reflect on everything in its totality and be able to pick out the pros and the cons and the things that you need to learn. So now that she's dating, she's even though she's been hurt, unfortunately, she's intentionally and consciously picking and choosing what she needs and what she wants in a relationship. Now, some standards could be too high, and some standards could be just where they need to be for her to get what she needs out of a relationship. But I don't think I think how she's going about it is fine. Like building a slow pace, like friendship, and then building up into it. Like with Jason, he's the product of like online dating and stuff like that. And I understand where he's coming from because you are building connections in such a short amount of time. And that's what people are typically doing now. And this is the result of it. Or this can be the result of it.
Yeah. I feel like this is not like a typical catch up problem where like they're both like horrible people and all that. It's just two people, different dating experiences, and one wanted something a little faster. The other one was trying to go a little slower. Yeah. They didn't communicate it with each other enough.
And he made it clear, like, he wants to be desired. He wants to be wanted.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Okay. But is he, like he stated, he feel like you were more so interested in what he can bring than him himself? Is there truth to that?
Not at all. Not at all. First, I didn't ask to come and be flown out. That was something that was offered to me. I did offer to drive, but ultimately, that was something that was offered to me. So it was never, and it's never been in any of my situations about what somebody can give to me. Again, the question was asked, am I high maintenance, materialistic, however you want to phrase it. And I said no, and I meant that. So in getting to know somebody, there are
sad part about the internet, they're gonna see this picture in the background and they gonna make assumptions about this girl. They see this picture right here and they're like,
certain expectations that I don't have. But I do appreciate the things that Jason did as far as dinner and us going out and things like that. It's most appreciated. But it's not something that I necessarily expected. So I'm here to get to know somebody for who they are, not for what I feel like I can get out of the situation as far as materialistic, financially, money, that type of thing.
Wait, so he
That's not who
overdid
I
it?
am. So
So is she saying he overdid it by flying her out and then having the whole itinerary of the for them to do?
I could play it back. I I think it was just like, I think she's talking about the fact that like I'm not like, I guess it's the disconnect for her would be like the fact that you think I'm in it for the money, but everything that you did was stuff you offered. I never asked for it, but
Okay.
we can play it back.
but it's not something that I necessarily expected. So I'm here to get to know somebody for who they are, not for what I feel like I can get out of the situation as far as materialistic, financially, money, that type of thing. That's not who I am. So
Okay.
Okay.
So I know you said, you know, when you're getting to know someone, building a friendship is like the main thing first. So before you went out there on this trip, was that something that was discussed between the two of you? Like, hey, this is just simply us being friends. We're not going to try to even do this with a romantic route. Like, was that a discussion or was that something you thought he just knew?
that's a great question. As much as we spoke, I don't know that we established
Mm,
that verbatim.
Okay.
For me, it was understood. That's how I felt. Um, and that's not to say that we couldn't have risen to other levels, but initially, that's how I would be with anybody. So maybe, we maybe should have had a conversation.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you said for you, you understood, but you didn't like. People don't have telepathy. Like they can't.
Yeah, what's understood for you doesn't need to be said, but it's not understood for him, so it needed to be
Right.
said.
Yeah, you should have established. A lot of y'all, when y'all start y'all relationships, y'all gotta get. I know it sucks. It is always the part that a lot of relationships don't make it past this point, but you have to do this. Establish what boundaries you guys are gonna have at the very start.
Lay out
Not
your
saying,
intentions.
yeah, not saying go too deep. Like I need a man who do this, blah blah blah. I need a woman who do, but like let it know, like, hey, I like to take things slow. Does that bother you? Like, lay out some simple foundations.
Because at this stage of our relationship, friendship, bondship, whatever, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to be heading, but this is where we got to start in order for us to get to that point. Are you okay with it? Are you comfortable with that? Do you agree, disagree? Do you want to add less, more, whatever?
Right. And it also gives you a chance to pay attention to if the person you're trying to have the relationship with, it lets you pay attention to how serious they're trying to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they come in when you're like, hey, let's set some ground rules for our relationship, and they're like, oh, I'm down with whatever. Versus if they have a list of things that they'll tolerate and they'll allow, and you have your list, you guys can put it together and then see if y'all are really compatible. Don't wing it. Stop winging y'all relationships.
More so about that at the beginning, and maybe Jason wouldn't feel the way that he felt, but yeah, we are where we are.
Okay. So when you guys were having like these conversations, talking to each other, you know, prior to you coming out there, even when you guys went on your first date, all that stuff, was it like on a friendly vibe or were you guys flirting? Like, how was it? To where now you guys are both like, oh, we're on two different paths. We didn't know, like, we weren't seeing eye to eye on where this was going.
Oh, I'm flirting.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you're flirting, but she giving it back, or it was always just you?
Candy's so sweet that maybe sometimes it's hard to distinguish between what she's giving off as friendship vibes and what is coming off as flirty vibes. But and I
Okay.
think our own brains want to interpret it the way we want to perceive it, and the way we hope that it's being perceived. So, I think actually I'm being a little facetious. I think it was a healthy combination of both. It's exactly the type of communication I think you want when you're really getting to know somebody. It's this combination of we're getting to know each other, we're learning about each other, there's flirtation there. And so that was my perception of our communication.
Okay. So what led to you being blocked? You mentioned.
You got something to say?
No, like I said, the texting thing him perceiving it as it can either be her just being really sweet or flirtatious. You can't really tell or know over a text. At the end of the day, they're words. Yes, you can like try to guess and gauge, but if you don't hear her verbally say it or something like that, then it's just like I don't know.
Do y'all know that y'all are supposed to flirt when y'all are when y'all are trying to date and get into a relationship? Flirting is normal. There's a limit, but flirting is normal.
Nasties.
We're not gonna talk about your flirting, but you a flirt too. You just don't. You trying to act like you.
I did not block you.
Girl, I can show you. I can show you my text message right now because I texted you the next day. Are you mad at me? Because I saw that you unfollowed me. I saw that I was blocked on WhatsApp, text messages,
and
I was removed from the group chat. Now,
the group chat is crazy.
Whoa,
the group chat is crazy. You gonna kick me off the block? That's wait. What did you say?
Y'all be texting on WhatsApp?
Yeah. WhatsApp is common. Yeah, people text on WhatsApp.
I thought that was for.
Boy,
I can show you. I can show you my text message right now because I texted you the next day. Are you mad at me? Because I saw that you unfollowed me. I saw that I was blocked on WhatsApp, text messages, and I was removed from the group chat. Now, I actually respected that level of pettiness because I was like, that is funny. That is funny. I saw Candi has removed you from the group chat. I was like, all right, I respect that level of pettiness.
Candi, what happened? How did we get to this?
What did he say?
So, from the conversation that we had, we were discussing a group trip. And from what Jason shared with me, I felt as if he would not be interested in being in the group trip. So there's no need to be a part of the group chat, which is
no. That
you decide that for him. Dang!
Stop doing that, y'all. That's.
Don't get in no more group chats, bro.
How you gonna decide for me? Yeah, he's not gonna want this. Let me get him out of here. You don't know him like that.
Is what we talk about. So that is why he was removed. But I don't have an issue with you. You're not blocked. You can text me right now. You're not blocked.
Call her number. Call her right now.
You can text me right now. You're not blocked. Yeah, does he know he's not blocked?
Yeah, you blocked him.
Because for somebody to make the claim that they are blocked, it means that they had went to see something or message or interact and they were not allowed to.
Right.
You feel me? I don't tell people that there's a stop sign down the street unless I have seen and interacted with said stop sign. Mm-hmm. Now, if the stop sign turns into a street light, all right, it's cool, but a lot of street lights are put where stop signs used to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you said you texted her, "Are you mad at me?"
Maybe I'm telling tales out of school. I won't go too far into what I.
Don't back down.
Into how I ascertained whether or not I was blocked or not. It did appear from my perception that I was blocked across multiple platforms, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe something happened. You know how these phones be sometimes. Or
I don't know. My phone always works.
We don't know.
My phone always works. You know when you block, gang.
Look at Kid. She knows she wrong.
She knows she wrong for that, bro. You
know you blocked him.
You blocked that, man.
So y'all gotta tell me because my phone always works. Yeah. So did you not get a reply when you sent a text? Is that what happened?
I got the little exclamation mark, like it won't go through. And then you guys reached out about doing this, and I wanted to kind of clear the air with her, so I tried to send a message on Instagram, and that didn't go through. So I was like, okay. But maybe multiple platforms went down at the same time immediately following that conversation.
Candi, let me find out you just unblocked him because of this. Is that what happened?
Oh God.
Is that what happened, Candi?
Trouble when this call ends.
Because we're trying to know. He said he was blocked. He sent you a few messages that didn't go through. Did you just recently unblock him?
No, you're
No.
not blocked. I don't
She
know if it's your
lying, bro.
service. I don't know.
Nah, she's
She get the
standing.
no and look to her left, bro.
You standing 10 toes in it.
Bro.
Standing 10 toes in it.
She said no.
Me? Block?
No.
Nah.
Never.
I would never do that.
Maybe it's your phone service.
I would never do that. Blocks?
Here, let me
No.
Let me show you.
Hold on, real quick. What's your number? I can prove it to you right now. That's how they be wearing. Y'all be having even super long nails.
Shut the
See, I be with the one hand grip. If I can't one hand grip it, man, throw the phone away. Look at her nails. She got the talents. You know she can do.
No, they type like.
Oh, my fault. See, that's how you know. Hey, it is what it is. I know y'all done seen somebody who typed like that though.
Old people.
But you're not blocked. I don't
Okay.
have a
So what was the
reason.
last conversation you guys had then?
That conversation I described the day after she left, where I had indicated that maybe we should start from a place of friendship.
Okay.
And
Now, he set
we
the
left it at
boundary.
that. And I feel like during that conversation, I did not.
It's ironic because that's the boundary she wanted.
Yeah. He
Huh.
said it. That all that had to happen for him to say, let's just start up as friends. When that's what you wanted all along, but you didn't say that to
I
him.
need to know what was said because if he said like, hey, maybe we should just take it slow, he had to have said something for him to get blocked on all them platforms. But if that was the case, if that was all like the lines of like, hey, let's just be friends, and that led to him being blocked on everything, he gave you what you just internally said or you just admitted you wanted. So I don't understand.
Yeah, like, you know, give people a little grace. He didn't know.
Not give her a fair hearing. And I thought that was why perhaps there was the reaction there was the day before, because she actually caught me off guard during that conversation. Candy cut me off if you don't want me to talk about any of this, but she had indicated, so are you making the decision for us? And that gave me pause because I had to think about it, and I was just really, I can be quite decisive, and I don't want to make the decision for two people, but I don't know any other way other than to express how I feel, and then if how I feel is going to lead to an incongruity between how we think we should go forward, then I suppose it's me making the decision. But I was kind of at a loss, and actually reflected on that in the days following that, and I was like, maybe we're just different. Maybe I didn't take the time to get to know her enough in this particular way to truly understand where she was coming from. And I said during the show, I look inward first, and I really do. And so I started thinking, damn, what did I jump the gun here a little bit? So I do apologize to Candy.
Hey, men are supposed to be leaders, but you have to be a rational leader. Don't make a decision in a split second if the situation is not requiring you to make that decision in a split second. Some of y'all gotta make decisions right then and there. It's like, you ever see those game shows where the timer says, hey, you have 30 minutes to answer this question, and you see dudes 5 minutes in, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's like, bro, you had 25 more minutes.
You didn't even utilize half of the time that you had.
Yeah, you didn't look around. You didn't try to find no evidence. You didn't ask. You just, once you tried it in your 5 minutes, you were just like, it's over. I can't do it. It's impossible. It's like, bro, y'all don't have to be making split decisions in situations where there's no urgency. You could have took some time and said, let me think about it. I don't want to be rude, blah, blah, blah. Like, y'all don't have to make these decisions that fast. Take your time. This is somebody who you're potentially trying to get long-term. You're not going to get you're very rarely, because there are some people that get away with it, you're very rarely going to get long-term results off of 5-10 second decisions. Very rarely. There are people that do it. I'm not going to sit there and act like they don't.
To the extent that I did. for that. And to the extent that she did block me, not saying you did, I would say that would be a reasonable reaction, especially if you know your perception of how things went was different from mine from that conversation. So I appreciate the fact that I'm unblocked or never was, you know, depending on how we look at it. And yes, internet, I know I'm talking too much.
It's okay. The internet will be the internet.
Okay. So, I mean, okay, you guys decided, or Jason, you said, you know, we're going to be friends, and that was it? Never again spoke again after that?
Correct.
But why? If you're going to be friends, shouldn't the conversation continue?
Yep.
Well, that's what I thought. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, let's hear from Candi. Candi, let's hear from you.
It's that side look.
She know what she did.
So
Silent
initially,
agreement for
I
me.
felt that we had a good time throughout the weekend, and I could understand that we were moving at different paces.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel, and it's something that I brought up to Jason, I'm very transparent.
You're tap dancing a lot. You're tap dancing a lot.
Maybe you wasn't being transparent because he didn't know y'all wanted to start off as friends.
Because you just said, I like to take things and I like to start off as friends. Friendship is the foundation. But then when he said, let's be friends, you blocked him. That's not transparency. That's he looked at the lake. You know, you can see the reflection in the water. You're like, oh, that water crisp. He jumped in it and there was glass under it. Just boom. And he just landed flat.
before you decided to accept the offer to go out there, that's when you could have established like, hey, beforehand would have been a lot better. But even then, taking a whole trip to somebody else's state and city, that's a big step to go and meet somebody and hang out with them and spend time with them and not have no boundaries or intentions put forward.
Yeah, because right now you just sound like you're tap dancing to me, truthfully.
Something that I brought up to Jason. I'm very transparent. I felt as if the fact that he brought me out, had a good time, the fact that I did not engage in certain activities, that he decided, okay, let's just be friends. So,
is it because you thought he wanted sex?
That was something for me. I am not that type of girl. And
yep, so you're implying that he only wanted to be friends with you because you didn't want to have sex with him? But was sex part of y'all conversations at any point?
Or affection?
Yeah.
Smooches and such.
Yeah, because when somebody says I'm not that type of girl, that normally implies that like I
don't get down like
that.
I
don't get down like that.
Yeah, no.
But like if you're saying I'm not that type of girl to a handshake or a hug, then it's like, oh, you know, maybe you don't want to date. But if you're saying I don't get down like that, and it's like I'm in your state in a hotel, I'm not trying to smash, that's another thing. So did you imply that? Did he imply he wanted sex? Or are we just assuming?
I am not that type of girl. And he shared with me that he felt as if one of his concerns was that I was too wholesome. To each his own. That's how you feel. But
Jason.
I am a woman of standard. And I make decisions that are best for me. And so in the conversation that we had, I expressed that. And ultimately, that's why I initially felt that's why he said what he said and made the decision that he made for us. The conversation wasn't necessarily about how I feel. It was, I've thought about this and this is what it is. So yeah, that's kind of how.
Okay, Jason. Now we heard the wholesome part.
Now you back on the stand.
You back on the stand, bro.
Dang
it. Because it's like, I don't know, like, I get it. I get y'all want affection and y'all want stuff. But wouldn't it be more concerning if a girl you've only known for 2 weeks, 3 weeks is already at the point where she's kissing and trying to smash and do all that after y'all barely met each other?
And imagine how many other men she's done that with.
Yeah, isn't a wholesome girl kind of the thing you would want? Because if she's not doing it for you and she's not doing it for other people, then she's saving her. Well, I can't say saving, but I don't know.
When it gets to that point, she'll be exclusively for you.
Yeah, I don't know. That's somebody break that down. What's wrong with being wholesome?
They call it boring. They say it's boring.
Oh, it's boring. Okay, okay. Hey, man. Shout out to all the wholesome women in the chat, man.
And men.
Shout out to all the men that have control.
How it went, and feeling the way that I felt. I didn't know if this was a friendship that I could engage in or continue. From my perspective of things. So, we haven't really had a conversation since then, but I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue. I just feel like we were on different pages, and that's why in the episode, I believe I was speaking to Demetrius, but communication is so important because you never know what the other person is thinking, how they're perceiving things. So it is important to express how you feel and be very clear on what your intentions are. So
yeah, but you also didn't communicate the pace you wanted, and then you also, when things went rocky, you eliminated communication completely. So it's like a lot of people demand communication, but
they don't properly give it.
Yeah,
times.
We don't know how it really went down. We're just speculating, but it sounds to me like there was some bad communication on your part as well.
Okay. So in the moment when these activities were brought up or discussed, whatever it was, I'm not sure.
Activities.
You expressed to him like, oh, I move at a slower pace. This is something I'm not going to do. And then what happened? Like, I don't know. We're just confused how you guys had a great trip and then now you're not talking.
I just want to clear the air. So the activity was nothing too nefarious. All right. There was, on the last night, I asked if I could have a goodnight kiss, and I was rebuffed. So that wasn't, we're not talking about, something more indiscreet than that.
How about we start with a hug?
Yeah.
Now we got come on, bro. You don't know if she brushed her teeth that day. You don't know if you brushed your teeth that day.
Or
I mean, you should know.
You don't know people's comfortability with that kind of stuff.
When did we stop doing the hug? Did the hug just did we patch note the hug? Is it nerfed?
Okay.
What a hug update at?
I had indicated that I think she might be too wholesome, and we had a discussion about our sort of spiritual backgrounds and so forth, and I understood where she was coming from, but that wasn't something that was an issue for me, and she assured me that she is somebody that is adventurous in terms of, when I say wholesome, I'm talking about, can you have adventure? Are you somebody that we can have fun with? We can do things that involve risk, stuff like that, because I'm a very adventurous person. And she sort of assured me that, she's right there with me. So I was hoping that a friendship could ensue from that, and communication would have definitely been helpful to make sure that we were on the same page with what we were both thinking about, because I don't want anything projected onto me or my intentions being misunderstood in any way.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, any final thoughts between the two of you? I know you guys haven't spoken in a while, but any final thoughts?
That's it.
Okay. I'm still confused here, and I know people are gonna be like, "What are these two even talking about?" Because I don't know what you guys are even talking about.
A whole lot of nothing.
But any projects you guys are working on, anything you be on the lookout, you want to discuss, whatever it is?
I have a children's YouTube channel, Candy's Clubhouse. Check it out.
That's
Shout
so
out to
awesome.
I
Little
read.
kids.
I do read alouds for children, so obviously virtual, electronically.
Shout
So
out Dickie
yeah, I
Horses.
love the
Protect the
babies.
kids.
So check it out.
Of course, we
That's what he said, though.
Shout out Dickie Horses. We love the kids.
We love the kids.
we got a license to carry.
will. Jason, what about you?
I'm just doing my law thing. So if you got an issue, you can, of course, hit me up and happy to take a look at it if you're within my practice area. Also, people were hitting me up after the show. People visited my Instagram and they noticed that I do I try to do these photorealistic drawings, pencil drawings. And I'm always looking for new inspiration for that. And some people express some interest in that. So if you do have an interest in having me draw something or something like that, I need an original photograph. All right. An original photograph that nobody else has. All right. You can DM that and I can draw inspiration from that. And then we can discuss about composition and things like that if that's something you're interested in. But otherwise, that's just kind of a hobby. But I appreciate you asking, Arlette.
Autocorrect.
Okay. So now after this catch up, are you guys gonna talk, or it's just that's the end of it?
No.
That's the end of Jason and Candi.
I don't know if we have closure, so I'll probably reach out. And if Candy's interested in hearing from me, then it won't be the end of the story. And if she's not, I perfectly understand. And I wish her the best in all her future endeavors. She's a beautiful woman, amazing in many respects, and who she was on camera is exactly who she was in person. So I very much appreciate the time that we spent together. If that is the end of the road, and if not, I look forward to what the future holds.
Candi, you answering his call?
I'll answer his call.
Oh my goodness. I can't. All
You see
right,
why I'm
guys.
confused all the time with this, though,
I'm
right?
confused with you, Jason. I don't know.
Yeah, Candi, I don't know what's up with you. Like,
Her energy, I can understand, because her energy is very like alluring, but then it's like you can't really read her because everything is all kicks and giggles.
yeah, like I noticed like I've been watching like a lot of like body language and movement that she's been doing. Like, for instance, she's been tapping her foot the entire video. Like, her screen's been shaking. So maybe, I don't know, she's nervous or whatever. But Candi, I don't know, because like you've been giving like very confusing signals this whole video. But then you're also talking about communication and how communication is important. But you've also given like the bare minimum of communication. So maybe what he said in the messages was way more hurtful than she's giving grace to. Maybe that's the thing. But yeah, I agree with Arlette. There's going to be a lot of people just confused because it's not math is not mathing right now.
Yeah.
Know what's going on.
But that's all right. That's my cross to bear.
You're not alone. I'm confused with you. I'm sitting here wondering what's going on. But honestly, I wish you two the best of luck in everything you do. And I do thank you for coming on today as well. And everyone at home, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.
Thanks for having me.
It's crazy because I feel like Candi, she says a lot without saying a lot.
Yeah, it's like there's clearly something off.
Yeah, and I feel like she's she kind of deflected like her own feelings at times. Like, she really didn't say how she really felt to the fullest extent, or she just kind of like laughed it off and then next topic, next question type thing.
Somebody said, wait. If giving a man a kiss is moving too fast, maybe it was too soon to accept his offer to fly you out. If you're reserved, be all the way, but don't put yourself in an awkward situation. We're adults here. Whole time I was thinking she was referring to sex, but she was talking about a kiss. This blows my mind. Yeah. She fumbled and she's weird. I'm sorry. He's handsome, emotionally mature, kind, and, well, not very patient, because he already pointed out he did jump the gun, but he's reflecting.
Yeah.
He's educated, has a good career. Honestly, this is disappointing. Makes you wonder why she even came on the show. And can we talk about how long she takes to get to the point? Oof. You could tell from her passive body language, no one is good enough for her. See, well, we don't know that. Yeah, so I don't know, man. But no shade to either of them. It's
bring us downstairs.
I'm sorry. You can come back downstairs. You're back on the block. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Jason was a bit more communicative. I feel like if Candi, there was things that was on Candi's mind, the fact that you didn't say it doesn't help you. Because now it just it paints the picture that you're not being as transparent as you're saying you are. But at the end of the day, I think that they should both try talking to each other again, and at least burying the hatchet. Like, don't end off on like a sour note like that. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.